Rotten Tomatoes is pissing me off, and I can no longer tolerate it. The audience score for Red One is almost identical to the audience score for Anora. Hi, Peak Taste here. Fuck! Hi, Peak Taste here. What I just said is what the industry likes to call a controversial opinion. That statement is considered incorrect by the internet because it's actually the critic score that is problematic on Rotten Tomatoes and not the audience score. The audience score is actually always accurate because it represents an unbiased population. Now, that makes no sense, and here's why. Back in 2023, a bunch of amateurs got really angry when critics didn't like the Mario movie, so they claimed that Rotten Tomatoes had no media literacy and couldn't simply be entertained. The audience score for that film was more accurate because they viewed the film by its own merits, not by artistic film bro merits. In my opinion, the Mario movie sucks, but I can't say I didn't enjoy myself. I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Whoa, would you look at that? Critics agree with me. What a strange concept. It's almost like the critics know what they're talking about. But seriously, the idea that the audience score is a better representation of a film's quality is absurd. Anyone saying the Mario movie was quality cinema is lying or dick riding the franchise. I love Mario, but the Mario movie is nothing special. The audience score for that film represents a biased population of reviewers who either love Mario or don't have media literacy. I'm not saying critics are always right. I'm simply saying that the notion that audiences know better is insane. Remember The Rise of Skywalker? Audiences really liked that movie. I understand that critics get a lot of deserved backlash for being snobs, but they get more films right than wrong. Audiences on Rotten Tomatoes are just as predictable, just in the wrong direction. Some stereotypes you will find in audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes are the Republican propaganda movie that will receive huge praise from white folks who can't spell crayon, the baby movie that will receive huge praise from parents who fell asleep during the movie, but their child was happy, so who cares, and the popular film that will receive huge praise from casuals for being just entertaining enough to make anyone with no life feel better about their $40 purchase at the cinema. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your average Rotten Tomato enthusiast who writes a review because it means their meaningless voice means something. It's controversial to say that casual audiences shouldn't have a say in film criticism, but would you criticize a dancer if you knew nothing about dance? Would you criticize a restaurant if your taste in food wasn't on par with their standards? Would you criticize someone from Japan teaching English to Japanese students because they weren't as fluent as your American ass? No, of course not. So why should random individuals with no knowledge of the industry, let alone how to criticize or make a movie, have a say in how good or bad a film is? The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is a terrible basis for film criticism and should not be anyone's standard for if they should watch a movie. They only believe that because they coincidentally circle-jerked each other into believing the world viewed that The Rock makes good movies. Instead of watching Red One, which has a fairly low critic score by the way, watch Anora, which I understand is not for everyone, but it is of quality. People should be open to greater films with stronger messages about love, life, or existentialism. Kidding, well, the last one, obviously. I don't even know what Red One was about. Next time you go on Rotten Tomatoes looking for a film to watch, don't look at the audience score. Hell, don't look at the critic score. Just watch the trailer or look at the poster and be your own advocate and decide how you will spend your money. Be open-minded, and trust me, you will start to understand why these so-called boring films win awards. It might be because they're actually amazing.